listen, I understand that when Justin Herbert plays, you want, or you expect when the Chargers to win, you need to see 350 yards out of him, and they're going vertical, and they're going 3-4 wides, and they're going to beat you, and he's just going to be like Josh Allen, right? Mm-hmm. Right?
Should.
He'll run you over. He'll do all that stuff.
He can do all that.
Maybe those days will come, but right now, the way the Chargers are currently built to beat you is the way they beat the Raiders, which is to beat them up. Guys, we've been doing this show for 10 years, right? How many times do you see the Chargers not only beat you up, but not beat themselves?
Never.
You know what I mean? In the same game, they beat you up. They win the physical battle. They whip you in the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball, and then go ahead and not beat themselves. It's rare. Now, they didn't whip the Raiders in the line of scrimmage from the very beginning. The Raiders, one thing that they showed, let me tell you something. The idea of putting Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins together is a stroke of genius, and they're going to win games with that. But right now, they need to figure stuff offensively out. And when you've got Gardner Minshew right now potentially learning the offense and learning how to play with everybody, and you're getting up to speed. You know, the running game with Zamir White didn't look all that stout. Alexander Mattison made a nice play for the touchdown for the Raiders. But right now, if you're going to get into a mosh pit with the Chargers are going to win a lot of them. And I don't know how many times you could say that about them. I mean, Jim took a defensive lineman, took 99 off him, and put 44 on him and turned him into a fullback. That's the way that they're going to try and beat you. And some days it's going to be Gus Edwards. Greg Roman said it's going to be the hot hand. Yesterday it was J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, they both had the same number of carries, 10 for Dobbins, 11 for Edwards. You know, J.K. just had that one monster run, obviously, 61 yards. He was hot. He ran well.
Well, it was when the dam broke in the second half.
Yeah. But Justin Herbert, 144 yards. That's not sustainable.
Well, here's the deal, man.
Not going to keep winning games when he only has.
The Chargers are next at Carolina.
That should be a blowout.
Here's one that I'm really looking forward to. At Pittsburgh, home for Kansas City. I mean, the Chargers are now a team that has been rebuilt with brass knuckles. And you don't normally associate that with a Southern California team. You just don't. But for the first time in those days when Philly Riv would go into your house and beat you, right, with some
of
his brass.
The best running back in the league.
And also future Hall of Fame tight end who for some reason isn't in yet, in Antonio Gates.
A junior, obviously.
But they got some players right now who are really, really tough-nosed. And that's what he's all about. This is Jim Harbaugh about the team's culture after the win.
No, the culture's already, I think I was just alluding to that. I mean, the culture's already here. I mean, me and all the new guys, I think, have really, and we stepped into it. I mean, we're the lucky ones. This is a great bunch of guys, and culture is this culture here is work. I mean, they ask no quarter, they give no quarter. They're everything you want. I mean, the team is important. You know, Justin Herbert threw for 100 whatever. He doesn't care. Derwin James just wants to win. Khalil Mack just wants to win. These guys are winners. And so, I mean, what was being done here before is just, man, I feel like I stepped into that, and the lucky one stepping into this kind of culture.
The crazy thing is the culture that, he stepped into at Michigan. We all know the culture was there forever. He helped build it for all those years with Bo, right? And so for him to say the culture's already here, I think that's a Harbaugh thing to say. I don't think he said that when he went to San Francisco, but that's a very Jim thing to say right here, to say, hey, I'm just being humble. The guys here are really the guys who are doing it. But the crazy thing is, two of the guys who helped do it yesterday, I said it before, I'm going to repeat it here. When Jim first showed up at Michigan and things started looking good before it turned south against Michigan State and Ohio State, and Jim was watching Urban just steamroll over Michigan, and a lot of folks were wondering if Jim was the right guy or not for the job, which, I never wavered, but that's neither here nor there. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is two of the guys that helped put Michigan and him in that hole were Joey Bosa and J.K. Dobbins. And unbelievably, strange bedfellows, those two guys were a major part of getting Harbaugh his first win as a coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. It's unbelievable, man. Can't make this stuff up. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.